Hey, everybody. If you're joining us, you are watching the SIG Azure community meeting for Wednesday, February 14th. The Filled with Love Valentines, We Love You from Microsoft Azure sort of SIG meeting. Not pleasant music this time necessarily, but you will have the soothing and mellifluous voice of Mr. Khaled Hendak telling you all the things that are going right and wrong in Azure. And we'll go from there. So, all right.
All right.
Cal, kick it off. Tell us what's going on, and just let's run through the agenda that's at bit.ly/sig-azure.
Azure KMS is on track. We actually have a basic version running owned by a lady called Rita Zhang, and she's working diligently on it. We expect it to be available for 110. The VMSS support is done, actually. It's out there, it's merged, and it's ready to go. So if you have time in your hand, please go ahead and test it. The autoscaler is still questionable. I think the reason behind that is with the VMSS availability sets, everybody's trying to figure out where should we go. I promise you next week I'll have a clearer status on it. App Gateway, it's not going to make it to 110. The reason behind that is Ivan, who's working on it, has shifted his focus a bit onto the Visual Studio extension for Kubernetes, Visual Studio Code. All the funky stuff that you see on Visual Studio Code right now is actually his work. And I think it's more of a priority for developers than just the app gateway for now. Out of three provider, you all know it's there, it's synchronized, but we're still meddling through the legal issues to get it out, all right? The Azure Disk Encryption and the explicit MSI does not look like it will make it. Chinese New Year's is next week, and it's eating up a good week or 10 days of our time to actually do something about these things, specifically the encryption. I'll skip the Windows and OMS integration for now because I don't have any information on them. The Fuse driver is on track. I have a promise that it will actually make it to 110. Please do understand that this is not an upstream per se. It doesn't really merge to upstream. It's going to be an add-on. You can either get it via ACS engine or just install it on your own. Schedule modification, I have started, and it looks like we may need to change the something in the disk to mark the disk plugin to mark disks with either premium or non-premium for the schedule to understand that this disk shouldn't go into that mode and so on. I'm still working through this. I'll have more information next week on it. Azure file size, I'm gonna drop. I skipped and I'm now at the bugs side. Azure file size, I honestly don't think we need to do this for now. The mount option is on track. The flex volume, I'm just gonna file everything Windows in one bucket until I get more information on it next week. On different news, we did merge two PRs, actually one PR and the other one is going to merge really soon. The first PR is the services, the controller manager had this flag called services sync period, which was advertised as this will control how the interval between synchronizing the services with external load balancer, which I got excited about because we have a problem with large clusters and ARM and all the stuff that I rant about every day. And then after careful consideration, this flag, we discovered that it's not used. It's just there as dummy to confuse people. So we removed it. We worked on removing it, and we managed the community to convince the community that, yeah, if it's not used and it's not referenced in the code, then we shouldn't confuse the user, and we moved it.
Can I call out something real quick in regard to that? That this is, I mean, sure, this is great that we don't have to deal with this, but this is actually a service to the community at large, this sort of cleanup effort. So I just want to call out, Cal, that you stepped up above and beyond, and you did a lot of hoop jumping to do the right thing, and I sincerely appreciate it. I mean, that's the level of commitment to community that is really making a difference here, so thank you.
Thank you, sir. The other thing we've done for Azure Cloud Provider, if you notice, there is I can post it on a link for it. Let me get a link for it. It's, hold on. So what we have right now is when you go and configure a cluster on Azure, you get what we call a rate limiter, right? A rate limiter that controls the number of calls that cloud provider executes against ARM. Now, when you do that, the problem is ARM separates between get calls and write specific calls such as put and post, right, and delete. So with one rate limiter, it gets really confusing because it's two quotas, but we're using one limiter for them. So we started separating the rate limiter. It's a bit of grunt work, but it's happening. And I got a review from Jack Francis, who actually did the original work. And it looks like we're okay and we're ready to merge just like minor change, and we'll do it. I posted the link in the chat. I really would love if Call or other people would take a peek at that, because we're really changing the behavior of how Azure Cloud Provider calls ARM. This entire effort of caching and this is the other one. I said caching without saying what it is. Let me just, sorry, I am running with 2 cups of coffee. I usually operate after 6. So hold on. This other link I'm posting on the chat window is a cache we've built for VMs, for NSG route table, along with the work we've done on the rate limiter. Is all driven by working diligently to ensure that we can support large clusters by default without really any hiccups or any specific configuration for Azure for the code to run. Yes, people are expected to run etcd on separate nodes, highly available masters, and the yada, which is normal, but I don't want them to do anything in order to create large clusters on Azure. So those were 2 fundamental pieces of work that contributes to this goal. And we're merged with, one of them is merged, the other one is going to merge tomorrow or the day after. So this is going to be ready for 110 as well. That's pretty much my update.
Fantastic. Any questions from everybody around that?
So I missed the VMSS support update, so I'm guessing it's looking good for 110.
It's done.
Everything, yeah, I saw it merged. Okay, so everything was merged. So
yeah.
Okay.
So the last piece merged, I think, yesterday, which was disk support. So that was the last piece. I know everybody is happy and everybody wants to like use it. Please do. But my advice to you is, because it's new and we've tested it and everything, I would take it slow. Like use it in test and dev for now, right? Until we're absolutely sure that it's ironclad. Like the case of any feature, this is what you should do.
So I had a meeting with one of our support guys. Got me a meeting with Peng Fei.
Yeah.
And
he's the guy who did this.
He said that he tested with like 10-15, but he couldn't get a successful 100 nodes. So I'm just wondering if you have more updates on this, or I'm going to be trying 100 nodes. Like I'm trying to do this by tomorrow to give him back. So
do you know the Ultra Kates repo that I have under my account?
Yeah, I'm following it.
So when you do your test, can you please just do your feedback as either contribute an MD file with what you did, or if you found an issue, just create an issue for us to track it. All right.
Okay.
The reason behind that is so you're gonna do this. I want the other people who will do this after you do it to start from from the point you're done. Basically, I don't want to repeat the work. I want people to like, hey, we already know how to do these things. Let's try the other things. That way, at least we can accumulate knowledge in the community.
Yeah, I'll definitely put my feedback in that repo.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. The other thing was just I haven't opened an issue yet. It's just I wanted to know either Cole or you, Khaled, do you know anything about PVs not unmounting? Or it's like it's been going on for a week now, and if I go into Portal and I remove the disk from the node that are currently attached, and everything kicks in properly, like the controller picks up the disk, attach it to the new nodes, mounts it, and then the pod gets it and everything. But for some reason, I can't find the reason why it won't unattach it or unmount / remove it from a node.
Is this managed disk or blob disk?
Managed disk, Azure disk, yeah.
All right. Here is what I want you to do, if you can, please. I want you to file an issue, and in order to short circuit the process, I want you to share the controller logs, scrub any PII or anything that you don't want to put on the public, and just share the controller logs for us. And be generous, like don't share part of it. Share as much as you can of the control logs.
V8, V10, V8.
V8, V10. What does this mean?
Log level.
Oh, you don't need V8. No. V4 is fine.
V4, okay.
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you. There is an issue raised yesterday about blob disks, and when I looked at it, there is something extremely iffy about it. So I want to make sure iffy, and it's not Kubernetes side. It's probably the VM. Something is off. So I want to contrast the two issues together, and if so, we'll follow it with our internal support, and just your issue will be used as tracking point basically for this. Because
upstream.
Yeah. So
okay.
supply it upstream, yes. And
I'll do both. So those are going to be my next two things right now. It's testing the VMSS and really getting to the bottom of why like PVCs and PVs with Azure Disk are not flawless. I'm running 1.7.12, which I saw was supposed to be to receive some backports of issues related to disk, but I'm guessing hopefully it's not something that was fixed in
so the issue that was reported yesterday was on 1.9.
Sure.
So 1.9 at least have the same things that you will get in 1.7.12 in terms of disks.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. That's what I figured. Okay.
So either we really messed up in one of our merges, or we have something that we don't understand in the underlying VMs and so on. In all cases, it's a priority for me to figure this out because it looks to me like it started to be widespread issue, so we need to work it out.
Okay, and just to complete, it was more stable before, but I lost track of what changes I introduced that caused it. But I know for sure before it was stabler. But now I don't know. Was it like when I moved to .7.11, .7.12? But I know one of those just made it a bit worse. So.
All right. In all cases,
I'll share some logs.
Yeah. In all cases, let's share it. Yes, absolutely. And please just mention me when you file the issue, and I'll make sure that it has the enough traction.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks, Khaled.
All right. Other than that, I have no updates. Jace, when is the code freeze? Is it still end of Feb?
Yeah. So let me paste the full schedule because code slush is next week. Let me get the full schedule because I don't have it committed to my short-term RAM at this point. But here's the full release schedule in chat. Okay, there you go. And
you're not a release manager for this, are you? Are you gonna be the release manager for this thing?
Yeah, I'm the release manager for 110.
Nice.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Oh yeah, well, you're gonna lose a couple of weeks of sleep, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, whatever. Sleep is so overrated. All right. Well, assuming we don't have anything else to talk about, I'm going to adjourn the official part of the meeting, stop the recording, and then I'm going to put on relaxing piano music and let anyone who wants to have some zen moments stay for a bit and then go about your day. So thank you, everybody. Truly appreciate it, as always.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.